The world is always changing fast, and the future is unpredictable. Even the most outstanding people in the world also cannot notice the change. In 1932, Einstein stated there is not the slightest indication that nuclear energy will ever be obtainable. However, after 13 years, the atomic bomb was dropped on Japan, and nuclear weapons became one of the biggest problems for humanity. Surprisingly, Charlie Chaplin said movies are a fad in 1916. And as you may have guessed, this is another incorrect prediction. Thomas Watson, the founder of IBM, thought only 5 computers would be needed for the entire world. No expert predicted the collapse of the Soviet Union until late 1980s. Let's go back further. In the 19th century, when women's suffrage movement started, politicians and intellects claimed society will crash when women have the right to vote. They believed menstruation might affect women's judgment. It was rational criticism at the time. But it seems a really ridiculous prediction for our times, because women's suffrage brought positive changes to our society. Then, how about the family? Will it be changed? Many people said that a family built on love is a universal aspect of mankind, and concern for the collapse or dissolution of the family leads to the collapse of society. However, major researchers in sociology and history found that the concept of family has continuously changed. A family built by a pair of lovers, children in care, and education. The concept of family we know today never existed a few centuries ago. In the Middle Age, infant mortality reached over 50%, so bearing as many children as possible was important. And as agricultural production was quite low, children needed to work at an early age. In these harsh circumstances, it was impossible for parents to care or educate children. Thus, the care and education of children was left entirely up to the family and traditional community. As economic structures changed, local communities were dismantled. Society was redesigned based on cities and manufacturing. As a result, the role of local community passed on to the family. Because of the changes in economy, the role of the household was divided into men working and women raising families. As reflected, the family's growing role and changes, the concept of a devoted parent, maternal instinct and children's education were first formed. Well, this is how the concept of what we know as family was created. A family, the result of our instinct, we believed was in fact the result of social behavior. If one were to go back to the 16th century and say family is a community built on love, it might sound as preposterous as saying the movie will become a big trend in front of Charlie Chaplin in 1916. So, the definition of family, a group of people who are related to each other by blood, marriage and adoption, might be wrong someday in the future. Various forms of family already exist, such as robots being accepted as family members, senior living community, or husbands and wives who live in separate homes at certain times. The image of family that we think of now might be completely changed into something completely different. What is a family? TVN 10th Anniversary Special Documentary, Fantastic Family, premieres on August 31st, 8:30 p.m.
TVN TV10 즐거움의 시작 TVN